Hello again, everybody. It's Jan Monahan for Rapping with Jan. Old Man Winter has really been kicking us around lately, and it's been tough. We had 2 feet of snow, and then the snow started to melt, and then it started raining, and then we had flash flood warnings, and then it got cold, and all the water froze, and yeah. So we've had a time of it, but good news, my Hero Arts kit just arrived in the mail, and with this, life is good. Life is good. So let's see what we've got, and then we can get started on our cards. This is an Art Deco. Oh, look at this. This is an Art Deco kit, and lots of cool stuff. This is the kind of paper that you use every day for anything that's gold. The textured stuff you want to wait until Christmas, but this is we can use this, and it's got these flat sequins that make it good. Woo! That make it interesting. And I think there are, oh my gosh, I thought they were all gold, but no, they're gold and black. And I'm sure we'll be using that. And then this is a Roaring Twenties theme. Art Deco was really big back then. If you've been down to Florida and visited South Beach, there's lots and lots of Art Deco stuff down there. Just lots of fun. Lots of bold lines, lots of gold, lots of silver, and some bling. Ooh, I think we can use that. But anyway, let's take a look at this. We've got, I'll have a roaring time, kick up your heels, you're the cat's meow and the bee's knees, and ain't misbehaving. I think that was the name of a Broadway play for a while. Lots and lots of possibilities, so let's get started. Alright, project number 1. We've got a little gal next door. I can hardly believe it. My girls used to babysit for her. She's turning 16 in a couple of months, and she'll be getting her license, so I thought I'd get her, make her a gift bag, and put a gas card in it. And I'm using the car from the kit, and have a roaring good time, and I'll show you that in a minute, but you'll need a few other things. You'll need a small gift bag with handles. You'll need the sequins from the kit. You'll need a gift tag and some ribbon, the background die from the kit, and a piece of gold cardstock. So if we can get started here. I've used double-sided tape on the back of this. Liquid glue doesn't work so well on gift bags, so it's better to use double-sided tape. And we're just going to make a nice background. And I've got some Nuvo Drops glue that I'm going to use to put this . I'm using some Nuvo Drops, and I'm going to be sparing about this. I don't want it, I don't want the glue bleeding out on the cover of the gift bag. So I suppose you could use some spray glue, but that's messy. I don't like using that in my house. It gets all over the place. And we'll quick finish up. There we go. We're going to center this. And if you've got a heavy book to put on something like this, that's the best way to do it. And while we watch that dry, we're going to do our stamping. I'm going to be using 2 images from the kit. It's going to be the car, and they have a roaring good time. And use plenty of Versamark on your stamps. Make sure to get a good image the first time. All right, let's see how this turned out. Oops. Okay. That'll work. And we'll clean this off later. If you don't like glitter, you really shouldn't be in this business. Anyway, I'm going to melt the embossing powder. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to cut these out, and then we'll put them on our gift bag. I'll be right back. Okay, we're ready to finish off this gift bag. In my MISTI, I stamped and embossed the car. I also cut out not only the car with my dies, but I also covered out the some fun foam, so the car will be a little bit more pronounced. And let's see, let's not do that. Alright. Now, let's see. I've got, have a roaring good time. And then we're going to get a little creative here. And from another kit, there were these crystals that I thought would look very good. They would look very good as headlights. So, there's one and two. All right, there we go. Okay, now to add a little bit more interest and maybe a little bit of movement here and there, I'm going to put some of these sequins on. Lots of static in this. And to finish this off, I made a gift tag. And there we are. One gift bag for one 16-year-old ready to have a roaring good time. All right, on to project number 2. We're going to make a shaker card here. And one thing I have learned from shaker cards is that gravity is not your friend. All the sequins and glitter and everything just kind of goes down to the bottom. So I'm going to show you how to at least avoid some of it. I've got 2 pieces of acetate and I've put double-sided tape on one side. I'm hoping you can see that, they're clear. And I'm going to put some glue on one of the sides. And I'm going to rub it into a thin layer. And this glue will dry clear. Now I'm only going to put a few of these on here. All right, that's plenty right there. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to let that dry. Take this off and then we're going to do the rest of the card while that's drying. Now what I've done, I've taken 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 white card. Where did I put that white card? Well, it's around here. I'll find it. And I measured, it's probably 4 by 5 1/4, this panel, and I've cut a hole into the middle of it. I have a die set that's got all kinds of squares, and I went ahead and did that. I also started to decorate it with some of the images from the kit, and I'm using my Misty. Some of these images are very intricate, and you got to be careful about how much Versamark you put on there, because you don't want it to bleed into the black spaces, but then again you want to get enough that you can see what you're looking at. So let's hope I've done this properly. And press down good and hard. All right, now let's see how this turned out. I'm using the brightest gold glitter that I have. Because it looks very good against that black background. Now, before I heat set that, I am going to stamp the image of the dancers on a black piece of cardstock, and then we're going to cut that out, going to die cut that out, and put it on top of the shaker card. Okay, all right, I'm going to cut this out and find my card base, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, the glue has dried on the acetate that I'm going to make the shaker portion of the card. And acetate, you can make it from some of the packaging that you get with the rubber stamps, or I'm sure you can buy it from Simon or Hero. Doesn't matter where you get it. So I'm going to show you how to do this so that there's no mess, because I've done it before and made a horrible mess. And leave one side open. And the way we do this is we're going to put these two together. And those aren't shaking right now. Those are staying right where they need to be. And then we gently open this up and pour the rest of these in. Hopefully you'll do a better job than I do. And then take off the last piece of double-sided tape and seal it. And you've got the shaker portion of your shaker card. So the next thing we do is I went ahead, and you saw me, I went ahead and die cut the dancers. And so on the back side of this, I put more than ample amount of tape on this, but I didn't want it to come off. That's the last thing somebody needs, is a whole bunch of sequins all over the carpet when they open the card. And then we put this in. And we put our dancers here. And then we affix it to our card base. And there you have your shaker card. Now let's just put a few little dots here for a little bit more movement. These sequins are great. They're flat and they're not going to interrupt the shipping of your card. Let's see. And there we go. I've also made an envelope to go with this. And the shaker card is project number 2. Okay, we're on to project number 3, and we're going to make a gatefold card. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically just an embellished trifold card. So the way we're going to measure this is just kind of we're just going to eyeball it. And what you'll need for this project is you'll need the silver paper, silver cardstock from the kit. You'll need the big background die. You'll need some Versamark. You'll need a T ruler, a bone folder or a stylist, or this is a Teflon folder. And you'll need some vellum and the bee's knees image from the kit. So let's get started. Like I said, we're just going to eyeball this, and we're going to separate this cardstock into 3 parts and hold it firmly . Alright, and we'll be able to bend that . Then we'll go the other way . And we will bend it, we'll score it and bend it this way. Don't let this slip out from under your hand, because then you won't get a good score mark and the paper won't know what you want to do. So there's another one. And there is a trifold card ready for embellishment. The next thing that I did is, from the kit, again, I used the background die, and I folded this to measure in the front. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half, and I'll show you how we'll make a gatefold. And just do this right up the middle. Okay. Now, I'm going to glue this. You will need some liquid adhesive. I'm using Nuvo liquid adhesive, and just as in our other projects, we need to be sparing. Did a little better on that side. Now, I would recommend putting something heavy on this, just to make it stick. And there's our gatefold card. Now, depending on what you have, if you've got a sticker maker or something to hold this together, what I've done is I put in my Misty with a lot of glitter on it, a thin piece of vellum and the image of You're the Bee's Knees. And so I'm going to put this in Versamark ink, and I'm going to put some gold embossing powder on it. And I'll show you how we will affix it. Oops. Okay. Now you've got to be careful when you're working with vellum. You don't want to bend it. You don't want to crease it in any way because it'll leave a scar. So just plan your work and work your plan. Okay, be very careful again with your heat tool because this will scorch. So get your gun good and hot. Oops. Okay. Now, take our card. And since this cardstock was white on the back, you don't have to put anything in there. You could just write your note. And then put this together. Get some double-sided tape. And there is your gatefold card. So we are on to project, oh wait a minute, did I make something with this? I sure did. Made an envelope, stick that right in there, and this would be a good thank you note to somebody. So, okay, we're on to project number 4. Okay, project number 4. This is a fairly straightforward project, so, and I'm sure you didn't want to see me wasting your time and mine with the Copic markers, but all I did was take a tag and the Hey There doll face and the lady with the hat and her image, and put it on that tag, and I colored it in with my Copics, and I'll tell you which Copics I used. And I'm going to put this through here. I just thought this would be a very nice tag to put on a gift for a girlfriend. And if I can get this going, I'm going to embellish this a little bit with what is this? The pink glimmer lacquer that came in last month's kit. And my arthritis is bad today, so you'll have to pardon my quivering here. There we go. All right. Quick and easy. Hey There doll face. All right, 5th and final project. I have taken the packaging from the kit. It was, what I'm using here is the darker side with, and it looked kind of like searchlights coming up from the bottom. And I affixed that to my card base. And I'm using some washi tape here just to make a table to put my martini glasses on. And I think that's straight. We'll see. And cut off the tails. And then we're going to glue our martini glasses on here. I'm using Nuvo drops. If you want to puff them up a little bit, you could use some dimensional tape. But this would be an excellent card for a cocktail party invitation. And fairly plain and simple. I took the martini glass and the martini die cut, and I colored them, and I think my husband said I colored them a dirty martini, but I don't drink hard liquor. I don't even know what these things look like. All I know is what the color olives are. So at least I got that right. And I'm putting these down in a rather organized fashion. And I only did 5 of them. And I don't think I'm going to put any verbiage on this. or any sentiment, because like I said, this would be an excellent card for a cocktail party, and leave the rest to the imagination. And then for a little added interest, there's some bubbles in this martini glass, so I'm going to put some bubbles in random order. I suppose that's a oxymoron, isn't it? I'm going to put them randomly. Ooh. And there you are. I also made a card, envelope to match. We've got martini glasses on the invitation and martini glasses on the envelope. So this is Jan Monahan for Wrapping with Jan. I'll take any constructive criticism, any comments, and if you like what you see, please sign up for my YouTube channel. And I'll be back in a couple of weeks with, let's see, it would be, is it the March kit? Yes. And we'll talk then. Thanks so much.